And we live,
Yeah, we
baby.
live.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Boy, you know how we do this. Smitty up the bill, Booby on the wheel. Jalen and AJ think how we put a steel fight. Eagles, fight. Oh, you know we gon' do that. BG, big player, Bonte, Bradbury, pick six in the bag. Oh, sweaty on the line, flash that with him. Oh, the Kobe gon' get him, constant hit him. Oh, and my dog, big as my lot of switching names up. Should be Philly, got it sold up, bro. Why bars? Boys.
I'm sorry. I feel like the intro just has my head. My head is just doing a little bobbing and knobbing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the Swoop Boys. Got your boy King. Got Coach with us. The fellas are going to be coming a little late. My apologies because I live in Arizona and time doesn't. I guess time. Arizona's like a big DeLorean, so we're always behind, right? So we Back to the Future, so we just staying at the DeLorean jump. Yo, what's going on, Coach? How you been, bro? What's up?
I'm good, man. Everything's finally now, getting back to where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Got things rocking and rolling at work now. So I'm getting
go.
into the rhythm out here, man. It's all good.
That's what's up. And when he talks about rock and roll, my man stays recruiting 24/7. Oh man!
Hey, I didn't do it at the mall though. I didn't do it at the mall.
That is facts. I appreciate you. Yeah. That's facts. But this is episode 36, man. Time to move on. Y'all know what it is. We already got people in the comments. But before we get up in those comments, man, there's one guy that I've been watching for a long time. I appreciate him joining us today. You know what? I ain't gonna even say his name. I'm just gonna give him the proper introduction. Y'all know who he is. What's up? Y'all know what it is. Yes, your boy Philly Mike. We in the building. I need those.
Hey, I like the beat. I was rocking with the beat. The Batman. I'm not allowed to wear it for live streams though. They canceled me on that quick because we had the Batman the mask on and we were not doing so well. So the subscribers made me take it off. So we retired that early on my channel.
So I got my joint right here. So I put them on. I call it the Green Lightning. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Just I gotta have. I'm in the man cave, right? So I'm acting like this is my bat cave. You know what I mean? I gotta have the vibes and the feng shui or feng shui. I don't know how y'all even say it. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever. All right, man. So we got a couple people in the comments. Let's see. Let's go. What's up? What's going on? Yo, she said, when she said she seen Philly Mike, she said, oh, I'm gonna be there for that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nina, man. Mark Bird, Swoop Squad, y'all know what it is, man. You hear every week. We appreciate you, my guy. We really do. Packers next week. Hey, Eagle fans, y'all gonna lose. All right, okay. All right. Say it with your chest. So, Philly Mike was good, man. How you been?
I'm hanging in there. I mean, we did just suffer our first loss. I think it's, weird because we've all seen the Eagles lose, but it's been a while. You got a long off season, especially this off season took a little longer for the simple fact that we got so many new toys, and then the toys just look great for 8 straight weeks. This was a game that I'm just ready to get over with soon because it's not who we are. We beat ourselves. Credit the Commanders for coming out there and just sticking to a game plan, playing sound football, but we definitely beat ourselves. And that's the only way I see us losing games because this performance was the worst performance of the season. Right. And we still, down to the nitty gritty, had a chance to win because of this team still is always going to fight.
Most definitely, bro. Coach, talk to him. How you feel about this loss? How are we taking it?
I think we're I won't say overreacting, but everybody's upset because of how we lost. We played down to the level of competition. We didn't execute. We allowed the refs to be a factor into the game, and then that's what kind of gave everybody that sour taste. And then of course the one foul that didn't get called, we end up getting out player puts on IR with Dallas Goedert. So it is what it is. But like Kelsey said today, actually on the podcast, man.
That's my captain, by the way. That's my captain.
We didn't play our game. You know, move on to the next. How we recover. So look like Jeff Saturday is about to probably get a 50 burger, probably.
I can definitely feel from the players when they had the interviews after AJ, especially AJ Brown, when he seemed a little upset, but he had that, you know, that competitiveness, like, hey, I'm gonna be ready next week. You know what I mean? I love that. Another thing is what I love what Jason Kelsey said on his podcast. Shout out to those guys. I'm not sure what the name of the podcast is, but y'all need to check that.
New Heights or something like that.
New Heights, something like that. It's fire. The officiating, we can't blame the officiating. That's some losing mentality type shit. And I, you know what I mean. And I'm not with that. It is what it is. They missed the call. And let's be honest. And yes, I tweeted about it and everybody was getting on my head about it. Yes, I was tweeting about it. But at the end of the day, man, I was mad at that moment. But you cannot blame the officiating because you lost this game. It's whack. It's just totally whack. Don't do that. No, that losing mentality, that's for the other division. That's for the other teams in the other division. Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's crazy. But
I agree with you guys. No, I agree with you in the sense of we played our worst game. We gave the Commanders the game, and then there was a bad call. And I think it's for the people that are watching it in the moment. Like, you saw Nick Sirianni's face, you saw Quez's face. I bet you Jason Kelsey was upset about certain things in that game. But once you go ahead and sleep on it, it is what it is. We deserve to lose that game because we did not play 15% of what the Eagles should be.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I watched a little bit of, like, you did your play-by-play, and when I tell you,
Quez broke me.
Yes, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Okay. At least we're all on that same page of what happened in your face. Yo, we got another Swoop Boy just dropping in. Y'all know it's Potion. What's up, man? What's good,
bros? What's happening, Mike?
What's up?
Chilling, man. Bro, we gotta get this figured out, fool. You got this tripping.
Yo, listen, my bad, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's the time change, man. With you guys, not me. Time change with you guys. No. But I appreciate you joining in. Hopefully we get the rest of the squad in. We're basically talking about Monday's game. You know, Philly Mike had his
facial expression.
His facial expression was
Quez dropped it.
Disgusted. He was disgusted.
Jumping for joy and then a complete mood swing.
I'm not mad that I'll take him sliding or maybe just staying down, but he hasn't got no action. That he was thirsty, super thirsty, but like, bro, this might be my last chance for the next 2 weeks. Let me make some. Whoop! So
no excuse. Regardless, execute. Ball security. 5 points to contact, bro. 5 points to contact.
Definitely. So this is my question to both of you. Well, all three of you. Remember how I was feeling last week? I told you guys I wasn't feeling the energy, and I needed you guys to convince me that the Eagles was going to win this game. I just wasn't feeling the energy. I felt like they came out flat. I think it was due to the long week. Can you, gentlemen, please give me your information? How you feel?
The fatigue, the mental fatigue. On somebody like Fletcher, he's older. They need to be in motion in 2 games and something like that. Like, you just getting them in that motion. Step by. Right time
Yo, P, we're having a hard time. We're having a hard time.
You underwater, bro.
Listening to you, yeah, man. We're having a hard time. I think you're. If you want to hang up and fix it up or something.
Yep,
I don't know.
I got
it. Yeah, you're having a hard time. Hey, Philly Mike, go ahead and talk to me, brother. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I mean,
before the game, how was the vibes?
Yeah, I was really confident because of how this team came off the bye. You know, we came off the bye and played tough against Pittsburgh. Had one of our better performances when you look at the all around game, rushing, passing, scoring in the second half. But this, you know, Texans game opened the NFL eyes. It opened our eyes. I preached all pregame and all week that you got to attack that the run different. You can't just sit back in that 5-2 scheme, and that's exactly what Jonathan Gannon did. So I knew how the Commanders were going to attack us. I just thought with 11 days we would be prepared for that. But again, Gannon didn't get put to the fire really for that Texans run defense because we finished the Texans off and ended up winning by 12. You know what I mean? Like, people ask me, why do I think Gannon's going to change? Because now it was the same thing that keeps happening and we lost. But before the game, I was really confident, and I got a piece of humble pie for sure.
Yeah. Marcus, talk to me.
I was confident about the game, but as well, I threw in my info because we were at the Texans game, and I literally said exactly what Washington was going to do on the pre-show. They were going to beat us with the run play because it's going to be clock management. You got to keep the ball away from the offense, and the only way your defense is going to have a chance to win is if you fatigue the opposing team defense. Bro, 40-plus minutes. Jonathan Gannon has to adjust his play calling. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 7. You got to stop playing this soft zone. If you're going to play a zone, at least press at the line. Nobody works for free, man. You giving these dudes free work, 5-10 yards from the jump. Let Terry earn his paycheck. Let Curtis earn that paycheck. Have these guys, help him out. And then we went away from I understand he don't want to give up the deep play, but after Terry was killing us a couple times, that's when you should have started having, CJ kind of help out and then probably go to a man-style defense or apply more pressure as far as get to Heineke. But it's a learning lesson. We played to level of competition. Hopefully we get back. We go to Indy and give Jeff Saturday his first L as a official head coach.
All right, Poster, talk to me, man. We're just basically expressing, our vibes before, last Monday's game.
I thought I could see why we went past Teddy last game. The mic's coming through?
No, man.
Damn.
Get off the Wi-Fi, bro.
Yeah, get off the Wi-Fi. See if you can do that.
Oh. All right, let's do this then.
Hey, you gotta go.
Sorry.
His phone?
I don't know. It's usually his stuff is actually pretty clear.
He's actually kind of clear.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand. But yeah, man. With that being said, Marcus, you hit on it, and this is definitely what I want to get from Mike. How did you feel about John Gannon's passive style of defense? Do you feel like this scheme is something that the players can adapt to, or is this something like?
I think that, there's two sides of Jonathan Gannon because I've seen some game plans that I actually liked. I'm off the Gannon train, of course. I agree with Carl Smith. My thing is, I think he's nervous about the secondary when Avonte Maddox is not there. We saw early in the season him miss time. We get a little passive. Now he missed time again. We get a little passive. The games that Avonte Maddox played, we were able to send more blitzes. I'm not saying we can't, but his mindset is he sends more blitzes. He's more aggressive. And you got to credit Avonte Maddox for being that versatile in the slot. We do ask him to be on an island at times with the slot receiver, a tight end, this, that, and the third. But Gannon's passive defense, every game, it was like 2 or 3 drives where we were like really upset, but the rest of the game he buckled down. Look what we did against the Vikings. Look what we did in the second half against the Texans. Look what we did against the Steelers, the first half of the Cowboys. So there's times where it looks good, but this time was just disgusting. And it's because of us not being able to stop the run, keeping these guys on the field too long. It's hurting us. But the passive style defense, if this is not going to make it go away, then nothing will. Because, like I said, he's got bailed out of the Arizona game. He got bailed out of the Texans game. He got bailed out of the second half of the Dallas game. These are all teams that ran the ball with their quarterback or their running back to come back into the game. And it was because light boxes, passive defense, but he kept winning. It's hard to criticize. Like when we were 8-0, we still didn't like the scheme, but you can't really get on him because he'll say, well, nobody passed for over 250 on us. Nobody scored over 17 on us besides the Lions game. So he had his way with Nick Sirianni and the other coaches. Now you see Nick's face all game. He was upset by a lot. So I think changes got to be made, or, maybe we look another way. I don't see us doing it mid-season, though. The Eagles are not a team really to fire people mid-season. So we rocking with Gannon the rest of the season, for better or worse.
Hey.
You ain't lying.
That's all I can say. I mean, this is something that we've been talking about for weeks with Gannon, but it was to the point, like you said, we couldn't really say anything because all Gannon is doing is showing his papers. Like, listen,
y'all couldn't say anything. I was still talking my shit.
No, but you can't say anything because they're not scoring over 17. They're not putting up 250 yards on passing on us. So, but it had to be said this time because that defense was too passive aggressive. Yo, what's good? We got another Swoop Boy that's dropped in. We got Ill Will in a place to be.
What's up, fellas? What's good?
What's good? So we just talked a little bit about your favorite guy. Yeah, we just talked about your favorite guy, Gannon. So give us some. How'd you feel about Gannon's defense?
He gave up 3 points in the second half, bro. That's it. The other one, the fumble on Goedert, they were in field goal range, and the last touchdown, that was on offense too. So really, he gave up 3 points in the second half. We should have won that game. Even with all the bullshit going on, we still should have won that game. Why is Quez diving on the ground? But we'll get to that later.
Marcus, I know you want to say something. Go ahead and say something.
Nah, man. Look, Mark, I'm always hate Gannon, and Will be trying to tell me like Gannon ain't bad.
All right, one at a time. Let's get one at a time.
What am I paying Hassan for? What am I paying Robert Quinn for? I'm not paying Josh Sweat to drop back in coverage in a 5-man front. No, your job is to pressure and get to the damn quarterback. And then what did I say last week? If you want Sweat to go ahead and drop in coverage, his salaries come out of yield check. And we'll see if this defense adjusts. Because, bro, Hassan, Sweat, Quinn should be able to get to the damn quarterback. Now, I will give him this. That first series before we had the 3-and-out, we were supposed to be a 3-and-out, Gannon did apply pressure. And then what happened was Blankenship actually did a good job trying to block that punt, but his man bumped him into the punter. So I'll take my the shit I was saying back on Blankenship back because he was in the right position. Yeah. But at the end of the day,
he had a chance to block the ball. If you got a chance to block the ball and you run into the guy, I can't get mad at you. If you don't have a chance to block him and you run into him, then I'm gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing out there?" You know what I mean? Like it's a thin line between going for the ball and not hitting the kicker. If you touch the ball, you can kill him, right? So it is what it is.
But at the end of the day, everybody knew what Washington was going to do coming to Philly. So at that point, you got to play a cover one defense, bro. You load up the box. Trust. We got Slay and Bradbury as our 1 and 2. Trust them guys to cover those wide receivers and load the box to stop the run. If we can stop the run, get more 3-and-outs, our defense is getting off the field. They're not getting fatigued. And then that goes into a whole nother conversation that I'm upset about Shane Witt because our offense should have been a lot more explosive than how lethargic it was Monday.
Right. All right, so we're gonna get away. Hold on, we're gonna get away from that. We're gonna ask our guest, Philly Mike, one of our questions. So, I knew you grew up. Your brother's a Jets fan, right?
Yeah.
So your brother's a Jets fan. I have a question. So, being a Jets fan, you grew up in Philly, right?
A little. We're outside Philly. We're about an hour away from the stadium, but we're PA. You know what I mean? AVE, if you know.
Right. I know where you at. So, what position did you play in high school, and how good were you in high school?
High school, I played a little wide receiver. But I never really. I was a basketball player. Like, I was decent. I was good at football too. But I could only handle a sport for 1 year because I needed some me time, to say the least, right? In high school, you know what I mean? I regret it now, and I actually regret it in my junior year when I tore my ACL in basketball. So I didn't play basketball or football my senior year. I played football as a freshman, and then I was like 10th and 11th grade. It was just solely going into basketball and doing some extracurriculums. We're not going to talk about that. You know what I mean? Statute of limitations. I don't know. But all that being said, I regret not playing football, but I played a little wide receiver in 9th grade. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up, man. All right, so Potion, you just got back on and you're looking clear. Hopefully that mic is working. You not sound like you're underwater. Now your mic's not working. Yeah. What is up, man?
Sign language.
Man, that's why you got to come early so we can
check those browser settings, man.
All right, so my question is,
they be changing them shits on you. So
my question is this, fellas, to all of you. Philly Mac, I'm gonna go with you first. When you seen the way that they were just running the ball on us, do you felt like that was a recipe to see that how all the rest of the teams, other organizations can beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the 8-0, well 8-1 now, Philadelphia Eagles? Do you think that was a recipe? Okay, keep Jalen off the field, and you just run the ball and take the time away. I mean, at the one point, I think the time was like 32 minutes, and we only had like the ball for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, time of possession. It's been a while since I've seen any team dominate time of possession that way. And you get 21 third downs. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm agreeing with you. Like, yeah,
right. Time of possession, it was crazy. And like I said, the Washington Commanders came in like if our biggest third down is 4, well, we'll take it. And they were running on 3rd and 4s as well whenever they got into them. But it was a lot of 3rd and 2s, a lot of 3rd and 1s, a lot of 3rd and 3s. That is when Gannon got to just change up. He did adjust. The fourth quarter defense was pretty good in the sense that it gave us the ball back a lot of times. It was just the turnovers that came in, the uncharacteristic turnovers, which ain't who we are. So Gannon can still hold his head on that. And I'm dated back to last year saying this. Gannon comes in with how he wants to play, and he's so determined to see it work. He'll watch it fail multiple times before he shifts. He does adjust, normally at halftime. I just think that's too long to adjust. I understand that he wants to drop Quinn and these guys back sometimes. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. I was afraid of Gannon going into the season. I liked certain things he did. I was a little bit higher on him throughout this week, but I said with Gate City and a bunch of people, the 5-2 front, don't do it. We just saw the Texans kind of expose that 5-2 front. Don't do it to the Washington Commanders because they're going to come in with this same mindset, and that's what everybody's going to do. If you look at the Eagles, right, they're a team. We've been bad against the run
all year
before. Even when Jordan Davis was here, because of the amount of snaps he's played was so little. When he's on the field, we're better, no doubt about it. But teams get him off, and then they decide to run to play up-tempo motion, all that stuff. We were okay against the run statistically is because we were the least ran-on team because of how our second quarters widened the gap. A lot of teams came out their element and started throwing on us. Vikings, Steelers, Commanders, who else? A lot of these teams. But if you look at everybody who came back in the second half, the Lions, they came back because they ran. Cowboys came back because they ran. Arizona came back because they ran, but it was more with their quarterback. And now you look at the Texans, they didn't come back, but they had that lead going in the half or tie with us because they ran. So that is the elephant in the room. Run at Philadelphia, beat them up a little bit, keep this offense on, and make them stop you. We have the players to be good or at least decent against the run. It's up to Gannon now.
Most definitely, bro. Will, talk to me.
Cost you nothing. So there's a reason for this, guys, and I want you to go back and look at the tape. When these teams are running on us, they're not calling no penalties on their offensive line at all. We get chop blocked. That's why Fletcher ain't doing nothing. You seen Fletcher standing there like, come on, man, what the hell's going on? Because he was getting chopped. I
mean, you see what happened to Sweat. Sweat. That was that should have been a penalty. That should have
a ghost tight end, man. What are you talking about, Troy? Like, he got chop blocked straight up.
No, like, he literally went at his knee. And then it was his bad knee when he had the knee brace on.
Yeah, man, but they were hitting Fletcher while he was being engaged up top. They were hitting him low. They were doing a lot of that. And Ron is a good coach, man. He's going to say, hey, man, let's let these get away with this. And the reason is for the ratings, man. They want to keep bad teams in games, right? But they usually let them play it out, and the calls usually go whatever. But this is the first time I've seen them sacrifice safety for ratings. So that's kind of crazy. Because the side judge can't say he didn't see Goddard get face mask. There's no friggin' way. No way.
You can always count on ill will with the conspiracy.
I'm telling you, man, I've been watching football. Ain't no
death,
conspiracy, bro. I've been watching football's entertainment. Just like the Rams won the Super Bowl last year. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
I did see that.
They suck. They suck. Right.
Y'all know, y'all know Big Bro, man.
There's a thing called a Super Bowl hangover, though. There is a thing called a Super Bowl hangover because
there's also there's also a prime time protocol for on these reps. You can see it happening.
Oh yeah, look.
They call holding call on us, a pity pat holding call, and then I call no holding on Washington, who couldn't run the ball on anybody till they played us. Come on, man.
Well, Brian Johnson just came back not too long ago. They were focused on Antonio Gibson, who's been a fumbler. So to speak. Look, I'm not trying to defend the refs, but I do agree when some players say they do have a hard job, but there is a lot of them out there that you should be able to get the call right. You should be able to come together and do that. By no means did the referees favor us, but listen, we've been on some calls that were a little bit like, hey, I don't know nothing when it goes our way. The fact of the matter is this: if we are playing our best football and a call makes us lose, I'm mad. If I'm the Saints in the NFC Championship, that game against the Rams, not when Rams won the Super Bowl, but when they lost with Jared Goff. Mm-hmm. If I'm the Saints, I'm pissed. But that's a blatantly cost me the game type thing. But like the Eagles after that face mask, as you pointed out, and I know you're gonna want to get to this, Quez Watkins, man, run under that John. You know what I mean?
We had so many opportunities. We had so many opportunities to win the game.
But Washington is famous for making us eat shit when we do that stuff. They always beat us when we play like that. We either beat their ass. It's a close game, is it? Because we lose the turnover battle. But the Giants, you can get 5 turnovers against them and still beat them. You know what I mean? Somehow, you know that's the miracle of Meadowlands, right? We could go all game, not score, and beat them on the last play of the game. But their skins never. They always make us pay. Or the Commander. Sorry, Rally Captain.
Yeah, we got to eat our crow because we were making fun of them off the whole entire offseason with their.
I mean, we beat them once too.
Rally Captain, man.
I get it. We did. We did beat them once too, but still though, we still got to eat a crow because we came in. That was their Super Bowl. I mean, I ain't gonna even front to you. I was screaming on top of my lungs in my living room when little hinky doodle quarterback Heineke was over here. Like, bro, you didn't do not a damn thing. You didn't even throw a touchdown. Literally, you used your running back to score all the points. Like, come on, like. It was so crazy to me.
The win score wasn't the second half. How is that a penalty, man?
I have no clue. But in the second half, he gave himself up several times. I don't understand.
Yeah. You can give yourself up, but you still got to give the guy a step or two. Like you can't just stop and say,
nah. BG was wrong on that one.
Yeah, BG was wrong on that one.
BG was wrong on that one.
But it's hard to control. It's hard to control your body. It is hard to control your body when you're going full speed and trying to make sure you're doing your job.
I know.
Did you hear him on the Pat McAfee show? Did you hear him? I threw.
No, I couldn't even hear it. I didn't want to hear it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he said he saw Brandon Graham coming. They were making fun. Like the crazy thing is when you go on a Pat McAfee show, they want to bring you on because you did something good, right? Yeah. And he got the dub. But the first question they ask him is not about a dot he threw or the win in general. They asked him about the knee, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we did this play call. They said blah blah blah. It was either throw the ball to Terry or take a sack.
Take the sack.
I saw Terry wasn't open to my liking, but I took a knee." And they were like, you jumped down there really fast, though. It was like a weird way. You kind of like, you had Brandon Graham, and he was like, I saw Brandon Graham coming, and I was just hoping he hit me. And when he hit me, I went right to the refs like, you see this?
Yeah. And he acted, too. He acted.
One of those better refs, but not They would not have
He
given
knew
that.
it
They was like,
because he
you flop,
said
not getting it.
he took the knee because he said Reddick was too close, and then BG was
Them
coming,
refs
so
ain't
that's
them
when he
refs
gave
ain't them
himself
refs
up.
ain't coaching. Them refs won't be refing in the playoffs, bro.
That broke me too, though. Like
It
I
ain't
said,
no way.
it broke me too. It didn't break me
Yeah.
as well. It broke me. It broke. I didn't post that on a short. But man, the between the Quez, Watkins drop, like that's too much roller coaster within five minutes. Like, you can't do that to me, man. I'm 31 years old, ma. I have a heart. Can't take it. You know what I mean? I can't do it.
Bro,
Quez-
you're I don't know
Quez
if you've
is
seen
always
it, but
the-
I think Bleacher Report actually is going to take your video because it is like literally moving up the charts and trending on Twitter. So I'm playing. Well, Bleacher Report already took some of your stuff, but I'm pretty sure they're going to take one.
And see,
Quez is like,
people were telling me, Washington fans were like, they all kept commenting and saying about my reaction. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna eat my crow. I'm gonna post it. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
I wasn't enjoying myself for sure.
Yeah, but it's real. You know what I mean? So that's how, you know, like it's real. It's how you
authentic
feel.
Emotions at the time it happened.
Quez is
All right,
killing
so fellas,
Quez is the guy catches the ball, and like, how does he not score these touchdowns? Like, how do you get caught from behind when you know, like, come on, Quez. It's
He's
crazy,
supposed to be the
man.
fast
That
Batman,
dude-
right?
Yeah, he's
know.
the guy that catches the long ball and he does something stupid with it
But
afterwards.
fellas, we got caught on we flat-footed. We got caught flat-footed. That's all. At the end of the day, we caught flat-footed, and it just wasn't our day. At the end of the day, the Eagles are 8-1.
Good thing.
At the end of the day, we're at 8-1, right? So, all right. So we're going to go to the next subject. So, I want to talk about a little bit about this. This is something that I definitely want to talk about. I know we've been talking about, you know, the bad game and stuff like that, but the injury report. So this is the injury list. So we got Josh Jobe as usual. He's been on there for a couple of weeks now. AJ Brown. I definitely want to. Philly Mike. I definitely want you to touch on this because something you touched on a tweet that I liked and I wanted to, and I retweeted it and I was going to send it to you, but I did not because I totally forgot to hit you up. But because you and I were talking all day. Britton Covey. Okay, definitely want to talk about that. Fletcher Cox foot, Jason Kelsey ankle. We got Hassan Reddick with his thigh, and then Devontae with the knee. Happy belated birthday to him. But I mean, we lost
39 yards.
Yeah,
he got the tub at least.
He did get a tub. Yeah, he did get a tub. There was something that you touched on, and it was a tweet. I wanted you to talk about it. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. It was the AJ Brown. Go ahead.
Yeah, again, he did clarify a little bit today talking to some of the beat reporters, but like one catch, 7 yards, and I think it went under the radar in the sense of like he was banged up all game, and you can tell we weren't using him. He wasn't the same. He wasn't getting out of his breaks. That could be one of the reasons why he dropped that ball, favorite. I mean, Jalen threw a dot there, I don't want to poo-poo on AJ because he's been everything and more we can ask for. He's prior to this game, he was having his best season of his career. We wanted Tennessee AJ Brown. We got a different animal. He's been better. 6 touchdowns, 718 through 8 weeks is beautiful. This 1 for 7 puts a blemish, and he did play 74% of the snaps, but that can be a little bit fluky in the sense that 74% of 40 snaps is only like 28, 30 snaps. He's not like he had to play a lot because we weren't on the field a lot. So I thought it went under the radar that in our worst game was also the game that AJ wasn't really being a factor to the defense, and they were able to clamp us up and play some more tight man coverage. But man, and it was our grass too, so I'm not sure what happened there, but you can see the little ankle thing. But he did say he's good, but we can't have no 1 for 7 performances from Swole Batman.
Most definitely. Marcus, talk to me. Are any of those injuries on there concern you on that list? You want to pop it back up again?
Yeah, I was about to say the only thing I'm looking at is I would say Kelsey's a concern, but nah, man. Even if Kelsey's not feeling it, we got the boy Cam. But it's our receiving core is not that. I won't say any weaknesses outside of 16, but we'll be fine, man. We're gonna go to Indy. Nick normally takes care of his players as far as giving them rest days, or he probably gave them that Tuesday off. Let them
I'm pretty
sit
sure
and reflect, and then they probably had practice today, and it was just.
It was just a walkthrough too. It was just a walkthrough today was. So tomorrow's the first actual practice.
So I'm cool, man. I'm curious to see if Covey stays hurt. So Gainwell can return, kick return.
I want him out of here. The Covey experience done with me.
Y'all heard what I said. I said let Gainwell return, kick and punt returns. Have Trey Sermon come up to the actual roster. Sermon and Miles is your 1-2. Boston Scott can fill in that little spot, and then Scott and Gainwell can rotate on special teams as far as the return. Both of them can return. I don't know why they're not doing it.
Greg Ward is better than him at returning the ball.
I got to get to these comments because these comments is popping, man. So let's see.
Greg Ward got to stay healthy. He only
as you know, we got troller Cowboys Cole on here. What up, Cole? It's a cold world, man. Because you've been at 99. I think 95% of your tweets are about Eagles. So I love you though. You're my man.
Yeah,
he love you, bro. What's up, fellas? Thank you.
You've been going in.
Thank you. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. We keep on going. Philly Mike, thanks for blessing the mic with us, man. I really appreciate it. We got another offense produced Monday. Then the Commanders got a chance.
Commanders.
I like the Commanders more. Most definitely, man. I love that. What the F run the ball? Yo, facts. I don't know why I don't know why we don't like giving Miles Sanders the ball. I don't understand it. He's having a great year, and we forget about Miles Sanders, man. It's nuts to me. I don't think what sucks is this is the last year he'll be in the Eagles uniform. Let's be honest.
And that's the crazy part. I would have been abusing the hell out of him. Hey, we running the ball 40 times. Because guess what? I want you to get worn down.
Okay, Marcus, go ahead, and then Will, you got it. Sorry.
You got to abuse him before he hits free agency. I want you to get worn down. I want other teams to look at you and be like, shit, I don't want that. And then I'm going to get you on a discount price because, look, none of these teams want you hurt.
Hey, he been right good.
All right,
he ain't going to get his paper.
Listen, man, the Eagles going to run the ball this December outside, cold weather. That's what they're waiting for, man. They know they can run the football without a doubt, right? So they're saving that, right? So teams are like, they throwing the ball all over us, and then they're gonna come hit you in the mouth, and you not how Washington was running the ball. It's gonna be like that. We're running the ball for 10 minutes, man. They're gonna be mad. So that's what they're trying to hold on to that, man, and they're trying to get Jalen more MVP exposure. Yes, they are. I mean, what else are they doing?
Fuck the MVP talk. I want a ring.
I mean, you want to get a ring,
talk. I want a ring. No, if you
went undefeated in the regular season, you wouldn't get in the ring. Because the Dolphins, 72 Dolphins, been putting mojos and hexes on us. Man, I don't need that shit in my life. Kobe signed. We were 8-0. We got our shit together. We 8-1, and now we're gonna roll on and take care of business. And
any effective offense has an effective run game. The run game helps establish the
but we got game. That. But we know we have that.
Look. The Commanders have a very great.
I love when these two go at it. Go
ahead. Commanders have a great defensive front, bro. So the scheme should have been Shane's scheme should have been coming to the game. I'm gonna run at this defense that I know is going to be aggressive. Once you start loading up the box and I get the one-on-one, because look, the Commanders knew AJ and Smitty got the last time.
All the cute shit. Right, I know what you're saying, Coach. They should
play what they are. Well, Miles Sanders did have his worst game of the season against Washington week 3. Prior to this game, because I don't know what Miles had, 54 yards. Might have been one of his worst. But if you look at week 1 through week 8, prior to week 9, the worst game of Miles Sanders' season was against the Commanders. And so I thought we would throw the ball more than run. I just didn't like the fact that we handed to Miles Sanders only 4 times in the first half. Regardless, even if you want to throw the ball, sling the ball around, you still got to be 60-40, 65-35 at the most. But in the first half, we had few possessions, and we were like back to that, 75-25, 80-20. and you got to change that. And Jalen's runs count, but it really it counts, but it counts to an extent of if Jalen runs, okay, Jalen runs. The defense ain't gonna be worried about that being a common thing because we've seen we haven't been running Jalen that much. So you got to make that defensive line just respect the run. Maybe they send some more in the box because they were locking up and they had a lot of guys in coverage. Nobody was getting open. Jalen was trying.
He was trying. And speaking of when you're talking about the defensive end or defensive tackles, we just signed. Welcome to newcomer Linval Joseph. Welcome to Philly. He stands at 6'4". He's about 6'4", I think, with 328 pounds, something like
34
that.
34 years old.
Yeah, 34 years old. That's a little concerning, but as him coming in, we know he knows his assignment. He's here for a short time, and he's just trying to get that ring chasing. He has played for the Minnesota Vikings. He has played for, I think he's played for, right there, he's played for the Chargers. So,
drafted by the Giants. Drafted by the Giants.
Exactly. He was drafted by the Giants. So, he has some experience in the NFC East. And speaking of the devil, we got my right-hand man, Mr. Rico Suave, a.k.a. Affiliated Poppy. What's good, B? Mike, Philly Mike, Rico.
Yeah. What it do, baby?
What up?
What's good, man? You wake up from that nap, you good, man? And that foot's okay?
Bro, that foot is killing me. But
what's the real talk?
I was,
playing on the Eagles turf?
Like Taekwondo today, so I had to just get back from that.
Yeah, he had to get in some treatment. He had turf toe. That's all. But he gonna get up. He gonna rub some dirt in it. He's
that
back
mojo
in it,
on
you know
you.
what I'm saying? Yeah, he's back in it. Back in it with the back in it. So my second question for Mr. Philly Mike was, what made you an Eagles fan?
I mean, I was born into it, really. Like I said, I feel like my brother was adopted or something. I mean, like I'm Eagles Sixers. He's Jets Heat. You know what I mean? Like
what?
Jets
Oh
Heat.
man.
So it is what it is. The Jets never beat the Eagles. So, growing up, it was fun.
Right.
But yeah, I got pictures of me 3 years old, 4 years old with Eagles, gear on just because it's passed down from family. But of course, I really didn't get into like being a fan that celebrates and watches the game. And so about, 8 or 9 years old, you're trying to get in that Pop Warner thing and blah, blah, blah. You're playing basketball, you're playing sports. So now you start to get interested. And that's why I'm such a big Donovan McNabb fan, because you talk about 8, 9 years old, being 31 years old. I came into the Eagles 1 year before Donovan McNabb was the quarterback.
You and Reek are like twins, because that's what Reek came in. We came in as you guys are the same age. Me and Ill Will, we the old ones.
Yeah, man, McNabb definitely was my dude. Came in, right before he got drafted. So you literally that was the quarterback we grew up on. So I feel you. He gets a lot of flack, he gets a lot of heat, and by a lot of the a lot of the older facts of the fan base, but. Bro, McNabb did a lot of amazing things. At the end of the day, he is still, and if anybody caught that pregame with McNabb and Vick and all them, you saw how they even still recognized Meg Vick is the most accomplished quarterback with the Eagles. Even though he didn't get the Super Bowl, he didn't get the title, my man still had 4 or 5 NFC championships and the Super Bowl. He had to go ahead and throw it on him. I don't know if you heard, Vick was like, McNabb was like, and a Super Bowl appearance. So, he's an accomplished quarterback. And you look at the stats. They're not nothing, So, Mike Vick's definitely one of them ones, bro.
So, Philly, Mike, you became an Eagles fan because you're from Philadelphia, right? Hour outside of Philly, it was just like boom, you embraced it. What was your first Eagles game,
bro? We were broke, man. I didn't go to Eagles game until I was working myself. So I went to my first Eagles game at 19 years old, 20 years old. Going to the link. Yep. And I never went to a road game until this year. Philly Sports Trips hooked me and LB up as you played in the beginning. Listen, if I'm going to watch a game, I'm going to watch it in the link. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man, but every single time I step foot in the link, a little tear comes down. I don't care. It's going to be like that forever, ever. Now I go to a game, at least 1-2 games every year. I haven't been doing it since C19. So since C19 and me starting this channel, the Commanders game was my first game.
When you went to
when
Maryland.
I went to Washington, the Broke Stadium. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first game
division.
Yeah, first game since C19. I want to get back to a couple more. Got to make that a point of emphasis for sure. But yeah, I didn't go to my first game until I was 20. I was at the game. Speaking of Linval's Joseph, real quick, before we get into him, I was at the game, Minnesota Eagles, where he intercepts Carson and runs into the end zone. I put in my shorts. I said that, and the end zone he ran to. Well, I was right. I was there. I was like really
and he
close.
Was flexing. He was
flexing, and then he ran over there and got the oxygen mask. You know what I mean? We could see on the big screen. But yeah, so I ain't go to one. I never experienced one when I was little. I gotta take my little man there though, because he got to see it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, let's give a little love to the people in the comments. Backyard Birds podcast. What up, Jerry? Therese, is it Therese Light? Yep. She said McNabb doesn't have 4 or 5 NFC championships, though. He has 1 NFC championship with 5 appearances.
He got 4 chokes.
Yeah, he got 4 chokes.
She letting y'all know. She letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? She represents.
Thank you.
Shout out to Ms. Light. Shout out to Ms. Light.
It's still. Look, let me put it like this, Treese, and I'm
still got to get there.
Everybody has to respect it. The Dallas Cowboys haven't made an NFC champion. They haven't made it to the divisional round in the playoffs in almost 30 years. So the fact that McNabb in his era was able to touch 5 of them, he didn't win them all, but he still touched 5 of them in that time that he was the quarterback under center in Philadelphia. That's it's a big stat, bro. Like, and think about how many quarterbacks are actually in the league that are active today. How many of them have actually been back to the divisional round as much as McNabb did? So
let me ask you this question,
You know how good that team was, though? What's up?
Do you think Buffalo fans like Jim Kelly?
It's a love-hate.
They love him. They love him.
I mean, he got him to four them things. He took him to
He didn't lose them games, though. He didn't lose those games.
Yo, I will give you this though.
McNabb lost those games.
McNabb, Rondé Barber, and Ricky Manning Jr. against the Panthers. He threw them picks against Rondé Barber and Ricky Manning Jr. against the Panthers. But listen, I think he did. He played pretty good in the Super Bowl minus throwing up. That interception, though, still tipped off the hands of one L.J. Smith. It touched his hands. You know the rule. You know the rule. If it hit your hands,
your hands, you got to catch it. Your hands, you got to
catch them wide open in the end zone for 10 minutes. And the safety, Rodney Harrison, he ran all the way across the field and intercepted. And he got the ball again and did the same thing.
How about that throw between 2 defenders? How about that throw to Westbrook between 2 defenders?
Okay, see,
it's too late.
So this is my question. Why does everybody have so much love for Vic?
They were cheating. It doesn't count. They were cheating anyway. Spygate.
He wasn't as accomplished as a quarterback under center in Philadelphia, but he played great. But Vic didn't do nearly as much.
Because McNabb never took responsibility for McNabb's fuck-ups. That's why.
All right, but let's be honest, so fellas.
Blamed it on Kevin Curtis.
It was Mike Vick. Like the name, like the name. It's the name. He had his own shoe.
We all grew up playing Madden. Hey, the Falcons are off limits. You got to play another team.
If you're
going to play with the Falcons, you got to put Vic on the bench.
Now, I will say this about McNabb. McNabb was one of the best inclement weather quarterbacks I've ever seen. If the weather was bad, he was money. He was money. That's why he used to kill the Giants. They would be like 12-4. Nah, y'all going home. Y'all get your purses and get the fuck out. So it's like that shit. Like McNabb, he'll kill you. Go to Chicago, whip their ass in the wintertime. He's a good cold weather quarterback. Played up at Syracuse, you know. So I give him credit for that. He was young. McNabb was a bad boy, and I blame most of it on Andy Reid because he tried to make him Brett Favre instead of just run the ball, man. Buckholzer had like 5.5 yards of carry. He never got the football. Like, come on, Andy, what you doing? So anyway, some things never change.
All right, so hold on. Hey, let's get back on topic. We're going far left. We're going far left, and we can have these Eagle stories all damn night.
Go ahead,
Rick, and then we gotta get back on the subject.
A lot of things that you see a lot of NFL quarterbacks do today, in that McNabb was a professional at, is that stop, fake pump, and then start moving again, like. You know, you see
young McNabb.
Young McNabb used to be like
young McNabb was a bad boy.
And then he would go
ahead and McNabb.
All right. So
I think we can do out
I
good without.
want to talk a little bit about can't talk Linnell Joseph. Can anybody elaborate on what we just signed today? Like I said, about 6'3", I think 6'3", 6'4", 330 pounds. Do we have a run stopper? Because I don't think he's I don't think he's that guy. I don't think he's it.
That's what he is. That's what he did with the Chargers last season. It's Marlon Tuipulotu. Marlon. Tuipulotu. He has it, but he's not it. And so at least Linville's going to give you a body in a rotation to play that nose tackle.
Right.
Because outside of Marlon, we don't have anybody else. You're not going to.
He's on IR too now.
Yeah. But okay, this is my question to all of you. Is he really on IR, or is it the coaching staff was like, hey, I'm sick of it. He
got hurt.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Because I didn't see him get hurt.
Blocks,
so
man.
I just.
they showed the block.
Oh, you gotta go watch that tape, man. It's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad, man.
No, trust me.
Man.
I've seen it. There was a lot of chop blocking in this game. The one that Josh Sweat got, and that hurt. That really made me mad. But that's either there and there. You know what I'm saying? We're back on it. We're no excuses. That's losing mentality. We are the Philadelphia Eagles. We're the Swoop Boys. Future and our guest star Philly Mike is in the building. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is, man. So let's go. All right. So the next subject I would definitely want to touch on is a little bit about, and I think this is going to be tough, man. I think this is really, really tough, and this is going to be tough on the Eagles. Our guy, Philly Goedert, has been placed on the injured reserve. Rico, talk to me. How do you feel about this?
Man, I mean, it's a huge blow. It's definitely a huge blow. You hate to see anybody get hurt, especially someone, you know what I'm saying, as pivotal to the offense as, our boy Philly is. So, and to go down the way he went down on such a, look, refs are going to miss calls all day long. It doesn't make the feeling any better. But Philly Goedert going down on that play in particular, it's just like lemon juice in the cut, bro. And now he's going to have it out with at least a month because he's on IR. So the only good thing about this, bro, I'll say is my man's going to come back, right before playoffs with fresh legs. And it's up to the, next man up mentality. Like we were saying earlier, you're going to have to have, either Tyree Jackson come in and step up. I mean, we've seen promise out of him, in the past. That's why the Eagles have kept him around. Jack Stahl, he's more of a blocker. So, I mean, you're not going to get the same production out of anybody that they bring in. We'll say that right now. But, I mean, we do have some guys that, that can go ahead and get you by. And as long as our other receivers are still active and good, we should be good. We should be good because we still have the blockers.
Okay. Hey, big moves. Tim, congratulations on the win. That's our fellow hardcore sports.
Man,
you got the win. You got the win. We split 1-1. It is what it is. Philly Mike, tell me about Dallas Goedert. Well, Philly Goedert. Philly Goedert, the loss of Philly Goedert.
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to replace Goedert, and what goes underlooked most is how dangerous he is in the run game. I mean, when you look at the tight end position, I know it's grew to this guy can pass, this catch, this guy can run routes, the Kittles, the Kelseys, the Andrews, the Darren Warrens, but tight ends still block. They're still part of the run game. And Dallas Goedert is one of the best. Kittle's one of the best blockers too. So you're going to miss that as well. I think that the Eagles are going to go Jack Stahl first. I agree with Rico. He's more of a blocking tight end. However, he did, if you look at it, even in the 12-man personnel packages with Goedert and Stahl, we've seen Stahl run some routes. He caught some balls in the last couple games. So,
run, man. Yeah.
He started getting some run. Calcaterra, I think, could be your big play guy. I working Tyree Jackson. He's been showing promise in all the practice squad and the practice training camps he's played in, but he's always been hurt. So, with 8 games left, 8 games left, maybe he can stay healthy. And I think if you use them right and mix them in and out, I think we'll be able to get away with it. Again, you can't replace Goedert. He's a beast, but I think we still got an offensive group of guys that can get it done. Maybe more for Pascal, maybe more for Quez. I know some people are all sour on Quez, but it's a fumble. It's a fumble. But I think the group of tight ends is good enough to get it done. I just don't want to get too predictable where it's like Stall's in, we're running. Calcaterra in, big play. You know what I mean? You gotta definitely run plays for multiple guys, and we will be running 12 personnel, so you'll see 2 of them out there because we do like to do that with the RPO and the run game.
All right, okay. All right, Ill Will, talk to me. What's up? How you feel about Philly Goedert?
It's gonna hurt in the mismatch, but the Eagles tight ends, they got a tight end factory, man. Like those guys, like Mike was saying, they're starting to catch balls and everything, man. The 2 tight end package, they don't really run it that much this year because they don't have to, right? They got Zach, they got AJ, Devontae's open more, you can sneak somebody out the backfield. So they got all kinds of options. You can just plug somebody in Goddard's spot and he's going to do well. He's not going to beat Goddard, but he's going to give you a Dick Rod type of that dude. You know what I'm saying? He can come in and just play, man. Tight ends with mismatch. Dick Rod, Dick Rod.
Yeah, but y'all gotta stop saying that Dick Rod Jones, son.
Dick Rod.
Y'all stop Dick Rod Jones, son.
Bro, that's his name, bro. That's his name.
Nah, son, come on, son. Y'all be bugging out with that Jones.
That's his name.
No, it's just the way y'all be saying it though, son. Like y'all be like, oh, the Dick Rod Jones. Like, yo,
oh, what? We can say BD, but we can't say Dick Rod. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Dick Rogers, come on, man. But yeah, I think you can get the same production out of any of those guys that you get out of Dick Rod in that spot. Yeah, man, Dick Rod was putting in work.
Oh Lord. Pause.
Dick Rod was putting that stroke. Come on, man.
All right, K McDonald's over here. He's saying he over here talking. He over here talking with his, talking with his chest. But we gonna take.
I gotta be a Cowboys fan. I gotta be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. All right, Marcus, tell me how you feel about Philly Goddard being lost, man.
Hey, like Philly Mike said, is Stoll and Kater going to step up? But I think Pascal is going to replace that void. It's the same playing style. Pascal is an inside. He's an inside receiver, a possession receiver that can get those, secure the first down catch. He's been doing it all season anyway. So we're going to start seeing more production coming out of Pascal. But as well, don't sleep on Calcaterra, man. The only thing is he don't got no wheels. He what was it? He had that 54-yarder against the Commanders the first time, but got caught. Yeah. And then Stoll has been balling. There's been a couple times Stoll caught the ball, and I'm thinking it's Goddard because he got 89.
Yo, for real.
Right.
Yo, y'all.
Hey, I'll be in the bar. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Dallas.
And
then they're like Jack Stoll with the first down.
They look alike. Shit. Yeah, they look alike.
Tight end screen gonna work no
matter
which
the same build. They the same build.
I be calling the game, and I'm like, and the thing is, because I look at the play, and then I try to involve the chat as much as possible. So when the play's over, I go here, and then I look back. I'm like, Goddard killed that. Wait, that was my bad. That was Jack Stoll. So I got confused a couple. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. If you're getting confused, if you're talking about coming in and filling for 4 weeks, it's good.
Hey, what we need right now is the Spider-Man joint. You remember the Spider-Man? That's basically the
Goddard and Stoll.
And on top of that, I think you guys are forgetting one more guy in our tailgate. And tailgate, I'm bugging. Obviously, I'm
you got an Eagles player in your tailgate?
I'm thinking. For some reason I'm thinking of drinking some beer. I guess I don't know what's up. Please forgive me. Y'all left one tight end out, and I believe that is Tyree Jackson. He just activated. I think he's going to be some. Yeah, but I think he's going to be the guy that can. He's something special. He's 6'8", 2. I think it was 230, 240. This guy. I mean, he was a quarterback before. He made the transition to the tight end position.
Mean arm.
Yeah. He was throwing. You see that shit he was throwing in the what was it? The draft, the combine.
Not even that. When he was playing at
Steve Smith. No. Listen. So he was throwing so hard on the drills, and Steve Smith went to him and said, "Hey, take some heat off that damn thing, man. Everybody trying to make some money. Damn." So yeah, man. So Tyree Jackson, man.
Hey, man. No, Tyree. He's definitely someone that
the Tyree got tight end screen.
All right.
They've done everything in their power to go ahead and stash Tyree and like keep him on the roster some way somehow. When we have seen him, it's been little flashes of stuff. You can see that there's definitely this guy has something, bro. So and they don't bring a guy along as much as he has with the injuries that he's had, as long as he's for the past couple seasons. So I mean, I think Tyree, give him a game or two to get his feet wet. I think he could definitely be something, and we might be looking at a nice tandem between him and Goedert when they're both healthy.
For sure. Billy, talk to me.
Yeah, I agree. They stashed him for too long for a reason, but they also drafted Grant Calcaterra for a reason. The Grant Calcaterra draft could have been because they're not sure if Tyree Jackson will ever be able to stay healthy. Some people just get that bug and it sticks with them for the long haul, especially when he's big. You're talking about 6'8", 2 something, but he was playing quarterback, and going from quarterback to tight end, not only is it different, but it's like the body handles it differently. He wasn't getting hit the same way, even though he was a rushing quarterback and all that. You weren't battling in the trenches on blocking assignments with defensive ends that are 255, linebackers and stuff. So it's different, but I think that Jack Stahl has been like over reliable. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to utilize him, especially even if he's not the guy. Say they do make Grant Calcaterra or Tyree Jackson the guy. When we do 12 personnel, it's not going to be Calcaterra and Jackson. No way. You probably will not see that at all in the 4 weeks Goedert's there. It's going to be one of them with Stahl. But if they can prove to be decent in the blocking game and make big plays, when we do just run a regular 11-man personnel, you can probably see Pascal, AJ, Devontae, and then one of the playmakers out there, and Stahl comes in on the running downs. But, if you ask me who I want to give the first nod to, if they were like, Philly Mike, give us your blessing, I'm going to go Tyree Jackson just because we stashed him for so many years. It's been like that toy in the closet that you like, Mom, can I play with it? You know what I mean? She's like, no. So, I want to see what he got, man. He's a big dude. That's a red zone target and a half.
Okay. All right. Hey, Coach, talk to me because I see you shaking your head. What's up?
Hey, you gotta ease them back into it, man. There's chemistry already in the tight end room between Hurts and Stahl and Katera and Goedert. So they know the rotation as far as Stahl stepping up, Calcaterra stepping up. Ease Tyree back into it, man. Because he's not going to be a blocking tight end per se, but he's definitely going to be one of those threats as far as on the receiving side. He's in my opinion, probably one of the two in the NFL that have been successful as converting from a quarterback to a tight end. Because look at what Logan Thomas did to us on Monday night as well, and he was a quarterback at Virginia Tech. So let Jackson ease back into it, because as we always said, we're stashing him away. Why? Because he can never stay healthy to be on the field. So only use him when we got to utilize him. That's just my my 2 cents on that one.
Okay,
makes sense.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is somewhere where you're starting to put the pieces together. We all know this season it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we know what it is. Ill Will, let me get your sense in, my guy. So hear me?
For what? For what? The
Tyree Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, you guys covered it, man. I thought you was done with it, man.
Mike, he said, "Bye."
Shit, Tyree Jackson. All right, man. Listen, man. He's got big play capability, maybe, but like Coach said, like the NFL, they don't really hit at all. So there's no conditioning for that, man. There's no muscle memory for hitting. If you're going from quarterback to tight end and you never really got hit like that, so you got to be careful with him. That's all. He might be missed. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
So use him sparingly and use him.
Gotcha. All right, so Philly Mike, I got 2 more questions for you, my guy. So, what is your favorite Eagle of all time?
Sheesh, favorite Eagle all time. I'm gonna have to go Brian Dawkins.
Okay.
That's my guy. For a while it was McNabb. Okay.
Therese about
I'm
to
not
kill
gonna-
you for that. Maurice.
I'm not gonna. No, it's B Dog. It's B Dog. But for a while it was McNabb, and then I still love him to death. But I'm not gonna lie, like the To thing, like as an adult, like 25 plus, when McNabb left the Eagles, I started looking at him different a little bit, but he's still one of my guys. But I'm gonna go Brian Dawkins for sure. Again, me being a guy who came in around 98, 99, really watching his team and absorbing it. And Brian Dawkins was just a man amongst boys, Weapon X, just a monster, a guy who galvanized a group of men, just played on the field as hard as he talked to the guys off the field. He was just that guy you just want on your team. I was sad to see him go. I was on the mindset that, what did he play? 3 years in Denver?
I think so.
Damn,
Before he
I
retired.
wanted him to. I know money wise, he was older, but I think that the last 3 years in Denver was still at a C plus B minus level. So I would have kept him until it was time to retire. But B Dog is my favorite Eagle.
That Joe Banner shit.
Philly Mike say
Joe
that.
Banner was always too early. You like?
Yeah, guys like that, you gotta let them kind of like stay. But then again, you see what's happening with Fletch now. So
I mean, Fletch defense, man.
They even let go Jason Peters. You see Jason Peters, he's still chasing the check. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jason Peters was a gas grab.
He chasing that check, boy.
Come on, man. You only get to play football for so long, man. Well, he's doing this in his 30s. How old Jason Peters?
He's 41, bro.
Bro,
listen, it's done. Son.
Okay, that's not that old.
You're done, son.
Talk shit to the coaches. Hell no, I ain't running laps.
Yeah,
Up down my ass.
Hey, you know what it is, though. All right, so I got one more, man. I got one more for you guys, and we're gonna let you go because we're a little bit over an hour. And I'm trying to keep these short. So we know what it is. I know it was a tough loss, but can you guys give me? I'm gonna start with you, Philly Mike, because you're our guest. Can you give me the expectations for the game on Sunday versus the Colts? Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I expect us to really bounce back. I think, again, as much as I said I was humbled by that performance, the players gotta be, because going from all the praises, and I know a lot of them have spoken about, we don't got to hear 17-0 no more and this, that, and the third, but they still, you don't want to lose in the facet we lost. So I think they're ready to bounce back. The Colts are not a good team. They are going to play for Saturday. Every time you get a new coach in there, whether, the controversy around why Saturday got the job, I agree and all that 100%. But the players are always going to play for that because they want to say, oh, I want to secure my spot for next year, this, that, and the third. And I started watching tape on the Colts. Some of their trash games under Frank Wright. Hey, Nick Sirianni, get on the phone and get whatever you can get from him. You know what I mean? We cannot lose 2 in a row. And we do not know how this Eagles team responds off a loss because this is our first loss. So we'll get to see that as well. But I forgot they got Stephon Gilmore over there. I forgot about Stephon Gilmore.
I forgot too. Damn.
I was watching tape today. I was watching tape against the Raiders, and he was playing some lockdown corner, and he's been doing that a little bit all season. It's just the rest of their team has been bad on the defensive side at times, and their offense has been up and down because Jonathan Taylor, I got him in one of my fantasies. He hasn't been there. Matt Ryan was playing against a beat-up offensive line. So, look, all I'm saying is this Colts team did beat the Chiefs. This Colts team then went through some injuries, then went through some adversity, and they started losing games to everybody. But we're not getting that beat-up crybaby. Jim Irsay said that he never seen this organization have their head down so much. That's why the firing had to happen. Not saying I agree with the Saturday hire, but they played a really energetic and fun game against the Raiders, and now the tape is run the ball, and guess who's healthy, and guess who got me 20-something points in fantasy? Jonathan Taylor. So they are going to run at us. I guarantee you Matt Ryan ran the ball for like 40 yards against the Raiders. I don't know how that happened. He juked the crap out of somebody. But I do not believe if this Eagle team plays their best that they will get beat by the Colts, because still pound for pound, I'm salty about this loss, but I look around the NFL and we're still a top 3 team. You know, we're in the category of the Eagles, Chiefs, you know, Buffalo, Vikings. Put it that way. 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC. Them 4 teams, Buffalo's losing, but they'll get it together, I believe, by the end. Them 4 teams are still the cream of the crop. One loss ain't going to deter me. But if don't go in there thinking that this is the same Colts team that tied the Texans. It's not. So, AJ, make sure that ankle's good, because 1 for 7, I need you to eat up on Stephon Gilmore, because sometimes he's shadows. He's shadows too. So he might try to take him totally out. Now that we don't got Goedert, if you do, just say he does limit AJ Brown. I think AJ could get the better of him if he's healthy. But now you talk about if he takes out AJ Brown and no Dallas Goedert, I don't need no crappy offensive performance after the 3 turnover saga we just seen. So don't take the Colts lightly. We got to bounce back, but I think we win.
All right, Marcus, talk to me.
You got to come out and make a statement, because this is setting the tone now for the rest of the season for both the fan base and the media, because all eyes are going to be on Philly. Jeff Saturday is definitely going to play. I won't say fundamental he's going to play situational football. So he saw the film against us. So of course, what he's going to do, utilize that boy in the backfield as far as, you know, Jonathan Taylor. And then don't forget, they still got old boy from Buffalo in that trade. Is it Zach Moss?
Oh, Zach Moss.
And then he's a thumper. Yeah, so that's a little 1-2 punch. But to our benefit, though, old boy linebacker who Denarius, whatever you want to change the name to, Leonard.
Shaq.
Shaq. He's done for the year. So, you know, they're gonna have little kinks out there on their defense. But hey, I would attack their defense aggressively. Where's the Miles Sanders game? That's what we need. It should be the battle of the running backs, Jonathan Taylor versus Miles Sanders, and just let them two go at it. As long as Shane can put a decent script together, stick to it, and play to our strengths, and if Jonathan Gannon adjusts his defense as far as the play calling and not necessarily his scheme, but playing situational football and understanding if they're doing this, I'm going to basically counteract with that. We should be fine. But if I see another damn soft zone on a 3rd and 13 or a 3rd and 2,
yeah, man.
You already saw it. I'm Philly hasn't announced it, but I'm taking the apprenticeship out there. So hopefully I can take the damn Gannon's job.
Oh man. All right, well, talk to me. How are you feeling about this upcoming week?
Man, did you go to the good high school or did you go to the shitty high school? Like, did you go to the good facility or the bad facility? Like, when you went to high school, was it the newer one or the older one? Remember when you played? I went to the newer high school. When you played the older high school, that's the Commanders, because that's who they are in the division. The Eagles are the cream of the crop. So, and the Cowboys, right, as far as facility and all that shit, they came to play and beat your ass because you had the grass, you had the nice grass, the AstroTurf, the rubber track, all that shit. So, there you have it. The next week, that team that was like Pensacola High or somebody like that, man, you don't want to play. You don't want to play them. You do not want to play them that next week, bro.
Palmore, baby. I went to Palmore High School, baby.
I'm just saying. When I was in high school, Pensacola was a beast in football.
Yeah, so they were. Yes, they were. And then Palmore, we was right behind them, baby.
Right. So I'm just saying, man, like the Eagles would have fucked the Colts up. So it's gonna be ugly, man. They coming, bro. On all that, not stopping the run, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna be in the backfield. And it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough day for them, man.
Okay, all right.
So
great.
Yeah, I expect them to respond.
Okay, Affiliated Poppy, what's up?
Look, man. At the end of the day, this game against the Commanders, it said more about us than it said about the Commanders, bro. These dudes are in the basement. You know, like Cuz just said, They came in their objective. This was their Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This was their best
Like-
swing at anything that they were going to be able to do to us. And, and with everything that happened at the end of all of this, them giving us their best shot, Taylor Heineke trying to play the game of his career, and their defense trying to show up. It still only came down to Philadelphia giving the game up. It's not like they did anything special. And I see a lot of, and it's crazy. Like one loss, how everybody wants to write like the comments would be crazy, after one loss.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like people
They're jumping
off
a building, B. They're jumping off a building.
Bro, they're acting like our pets' heads are falling off. It's like it's wild. People have been waiting for Philly to take an L finally, just so they could at least just say something to us. But we're still on top of the division, and I see a lot of people getting excited for Indy because they just won this past week. Guys, they beat the Raiders. Okay, just let's remember who we are. Our pedigree. We have one L. And the team that everybody's so hype about, the Vikings, we're the ones that beat them. We're gonna go down to Indy. It's definitely gonna look. Indy's gonna still give us the same shot that the Commanders just tried to give us. They're gonna try to go ahead and ruin our season because they want to start. They want to push that narrative. And Saturday, he's gonna be a guy who's gonna be coaching for his life because every game is literally gonna be him getting the next gasp of air. He's an interim. He's not the official head coach. So I definitely expect him to lead on his season coaching staff. And those players are going to get up. It's something to be said for guys who want to go ahead and make sure they get that next year check. These guys who are actually have something to play for, and they might be buying the hype. So I think Coach hit it right on the head. Miles Sanders against Jonathan Taylor, our guy versus their guy, and I think I like our QB a lot better than theirs. So Eagles are going to go ahead and stomp them out. They're going to go ahead and let everybody know, hey, we stumbled a little bit, but we still coming here to take your lunch.
Yeah, tell me that was no bar. That was no bar. Listen.
Y'all was throwing that heat out there, man. Y'all was throwing that heat out there. So,
like and subscribe.
Hey,
I want to subscribe.
Thank you. Please like and subscribe, man. This is, me and my boys have been doing this channel for not even a year yet. And we just been pounding on, and we're rocking and rolling, grinding too, man. So.
No reason not to like and subscribe. You should have as many likes as the people in here. It's free. It's easy.
Facts.
Don't cost a thing.
Facts. So, Philly Mike, I got one more question for you, man. I got one more question for you. Now I'm gonna let you go. I know you got the wife and the kids. What was your first jersey purchase?
My first jersey purchase,
mm-hmm.
like someone bought it for me, or
yours, or whatever. Your first.
Oh, yeah. Going back to. It's McNabb. It was McNabb.
Okay. All right. He's sticking with McNabb.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said,
he's sticking with that chunky noodle soup jersey, man. Let's go.
Well, look, like I said, I became a fan when I was 8 and 9, and when I started watching the games and paying attention like that, that's when it was like, all right, you want a jersey? My mom said that, and it was like B West. McNabb at the time I'm always going to get an offensive jersey. When I was younger, right. I've grown to love defense now, but younger, you want the offensive guys, the guys. And so I got McNabb jersey first. Like I said, McNabb was I came into the league, or I came into the Eagles with McNabb, but throughout the years, seeing Brian Dawkins, he grew on me. Of course, I had one of them too. I had, I'm not as big of a jersey collector now, where everybody changing numbers and switching teams, but like that whole, from 2000 flat to about 2007, 8, I was every player on the team almost had their jerseys. You know what I mean? Now I got Smitty, I got Slay, I got a Hurts jersey, but I don't get as many jersey anymore. But McNabb, it comes back, man. I got fatheaded McNabb in the basement and stuff. So like, I love him, but it's down in the basement for a reason. But I still, I got love for him.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for jumping on. Thank you so much, man. And you're nothing but a professional, man. You hit me up. You're like, yo, T, let's go. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And for everybody else, y'all had the comments on fire. This is crazy. Thank you so much for the love and the support. Yeah. We will be back on for the pregame show, Eagles versus the Colts. Any last words, fellas? Before I let y'all go to battle.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Poppy, definitely be back this week. We had to get right. You know what I'm saying? Your boy had a little injury, had to get started, but we appreciate you. So You know what I'm saying? The pregame show, definitely check that out, guys. Like and subscribe on the channel. You got the pregame show now. You got the postgame show going on. You got Hey Poppy on Tuesdays. You got Swoop Boys on Wednesdays. Coach's Corner definitely coming right back like he left his keys. You know what I'm saying? So it's, bro, we got a lot going on. You know, we're trying to go ahead and make sure we feeding you guys with all the Eagles content we can. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody who, you know, comes through and just takes your time with us. You know, we do this because we love the birds like everybody else. So the time you guys spend with us, we definitely appreciate that, y'all.
For sure. Hey, Reek, one more time. Can you tell them where to find you? Your IG, Twitter.
Affiliated Poppy, baby, on all platforms. You know the name, you know the game.
All right. Marcus, go ahead.
Hey man, I really don't got none much to say, man. I'm tired of talking. I just want to see the Eagles fucking, like I said, give me
Rams, baby.
4 quarters of all 3 phases, man. That's all I want. 4 quarters of all 3 phases. Philly, I'll take special teams coach as well if y'all wanted to give me that one. So
shit, can y'all block? Because I can get my big ass out there and block. I get my big ass out there and I will block.
Oh, best believe if I get that job, you're on the phone.
Yeah. Get my big ass out there. Hey, 6'2", 280, baby. I'll get out there and block all day. Let me know what I got to do.
The question is, but for how long?
No. I just need him to go put his helmet on somebody. Straight old school.
I'll hit.
Somebody with opposite
hey,
color.
just let me go hit. I don't need to run the ball. I'm too old for that. My knees are jacked up. I got bad. I have no cartilage in that left knee, so you can count that out. Ill Will, any last words? Tell them where they can find you.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm Ill Will, and you can find me DJ Lightfighter on all platforms. So, or Hellcat Bravo if you want to follow my cars. So, you know, they got their own personality. Team Green. Anyway, yeah, go check it out. The season 2 starting soon. I gotta finish this house project. So, plus I'm starting that DUI. It's called Last of a Dying Breed DUI show. So, you know, I'm doing so much shit around the house, building studios, doing stuff outside, man. So, you know, I know how to do everything.
Yeah, check them out.
18 Echo in the Army, you know, that's a special forces engineer. So I was black.
Yo, Teresa, thank you. You've been blowing up the comments. We really appreciate it. She said McNabb was her first, and AI was her first jersey overall. See, okay, now I'm gonna tell you who my first basketball jersey was. Y'all probably gonna laugh at me. Mine was Jerry Stackhouse. That was my first. Jerry Stackhouse was my first joint, man. Yeah, he was my first joint.
Stack was all right.
Yeah, Jerry Stackhouse.
AI was
it
my
better
first
not be the Jerry Stackhouse Sixers jersey.
Yeah.
That's one of the bumming.
What you mean? Yeah, it was. That's all we had. What you talking about? We had Clarence Witherspoon and him, and Donna Barnes. That's all we had. What you talking about? Wait, bro, we left Penny Hardaway and Chris Webber and went to go get Sean Bradley. Don't even get me started on the Sixers, man. I've been a Sixers fan since 1988, bro. Do not get me started on the Sixers, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. Trust me. When it comes to old school players, trust me, your boy. I'll listen. I'm almost 40. Trust me.
Oh, so okay. I didn't know Stackhouse was on the Sixers before he came back. Remember, he was on the Sixers when we had the black jerseys with the red stripe.
No, he was drafted, but he was drafted when we were rocking the red. We were rocking the red and white look. He was drafted to the Sixers.
That was his farewell.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? I got you.
Nah.
I got you. Yeah. He was drafted in 90. Was he drafted in 94, 95? He was a Damon Stoudemire. It was a Damon Stoudemire draft, right?
Yeah, bro. I was 3.
He's on NBA Jam.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You old head.
Well, yo, we appreciate y'all. Thank you, Philly Mike. You want to tell them your handle? Philly Mike.
At Philly_Mike 22 for Twitter. You can just type in Philly Mike on YouTube. I'll pop up. You could type in Philly Talk Podcast, Philly Mike, all that. But I don't really do the IG thing. I got to start, but I don't really do that.
Yes,
but I am on TikTok now. I'm on TikTok.
Oh,
I'm trying to climb that TikTok wave.
Yo, you need to get an IG. Me Poster was trying to find you. We like, does he? And I was like,
I do have one. I do have one, but it's you got to put like Philly Talk Podcast. It should probably. I got like 200 followers, and I got like or something like that. But I just don't be on it. Like do not try to hit me up on there because I go on there and it's like my inbox is loaded. Like,
I got
and I'm
you.
like, y'all got to talk to me on Twitter. But yeah, so Twitter and YouTube and TikTok, we just hit 1K on TikTok.
Hey.
So, you know, it's just Philly Talk Podcast. That's it. You know what I mean?
I just hit the follow on Twitter, my man. I got you.
Yeah. I'll be on Twitter all day, though. All day. Cowboy fans, we be going at it all day. I got to defend home.
Hey, if you ever need someone to tag in, and I got you, man. Because these it's rough out here with some of these Cowboys fans.
Yo, hey, listen, Philly Mike be killing me, bro. All right, so Philly Mike, there's one more thing I gotta say before you went on that. There was a cowboy thing going on, right? And you was on the joint, and I think it was me, you. I hit you up. You were like, "Yo, what up?" You were like, "Yo, what up?" That's when I just started. You were like, "Yo, keep doing your thing," right? And then Homeboy was like, "We've been winning championships," and it was a Cowboy fan. You were like, "Hey, when you get last time y'all won a championship, y'all had beepers or something like that."
Yeah, it was, in the comment section.
Yeah, in the comment section.
Yo,
we had the whole show rolling, bro. Yeah, we had the whole show rolling. But yo,
this
like
year,
I said,
they won more playoff games. They won all century.
I don't know, man. But I'm gonna let you guys go. And we're on 125. Yo, like I said, win or lose or draw, man. Go Birds. We out of here. Peace.
See you on my